Hey everyone. Welcome to our Monday night meeting. Just going to start admitting everyone. Awesome. So fun. Love seeing y'all. Hope you all had an amazing Christmas. Welcome, welcome. Come on in. So many of you. I love it. Good evening. My lovely husband is bringing me a package. What is that?
Huh?
What is that?
Tony's.
Oh, thank you. Okay. We have an impromptu date night tonight. So I'm going to pop in here for the first part of tonight, and then Sarah is going to take over. Sarah Paul, who is awesome and amazing, is going to take over. So, okay. We are going to talk all about this Young Living business tonight. And
Sorry, I'm gonna interrupt again.
okay, he's going to
Love you guys. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year. Thank you so much.
Our men. Go ahead. Tell us.
Oh, you're
Tell
good.
them.
You're good.
Shout out to all the men. Okay. Because it's all the ladies joining tonight. I see y'all. And our men are definitely our behind the scenes supporters. Whether they like it or maybe not, they are the ones that they are cheerleaders. And at the beginning, they're kind of like, what are you doing? I believe in you, babe. Sure, go for it, right? And so I'm so thankful for my husband because he was just like, whatever, go for it. But he is learning right alongside of us and listening to podcasts. And I think he's a little bit more onto health than I am. He comes home and tells me all these crazy podcasts he listens to. And so sometimes we women, we create these little health mongering monsters. So just beware. Is that even a word? I don't know. Okay. So I am going to get started. If my eyes are to the side of my screen, it's because I'm just making sure that people are joining in and I can let them in. I'm going to put some Envision on, okay? Let us know in the comments, what oil are you putting on tonight? So I have my chat feature up. Envision is a beautiful oil to have as you are thinking about January. How many of you are thinking about this new year? 2020, with all its oddities, craziness, has been, I don't know, it has been a breath of fresh air, one to really come back to who we are, what we value, what is important, and connect to that. And I think going into 2021, we can kind of reflect back on 2020 and see how we want to grow and manifest ourselves into this new year, into who we want to become, how we want to make ourselves better, not just for ourselves, but also our family, our friends, our community. And so Envision is a great oil to do that as you are preparing for 2021 and all the goals you have set for you. So I'm just going to inhale that. Gratitude, valor, lemon, valor, sacred frank. Okay, love it. Yes, gratitude is one I've been putting on my heart as well, Christy. Okay, so let's get started. My name is Miller Stutzman, and I am one of your educators, leaders here in our Wellfolk EO community, and also into, some of our Crossline friends are here tonight as well. And so we just welcome everyone. And, as business and things are changing in our culture. Let's just say that things are changing, and we want to be a little bit more mindful of where our revenue is coming in. Would you all agree? Right? And taking some business coaching courses throughout the last couple of years, my business coach has said you want to have multiple streams of income. And now more than ever, we see that. We see that we want to not just put all of our eggs in one basket and, go to work and have, an income, because that's not always going to be, set in stone. It's not always going to be there. Things change, things shift in our economy, in our culture, and so we want to have multiple streams of income. And so my business coach, she was like, we are on 9 streams of income, working on 10. And my mind is like through the roof. It's like, what? How do you have 9 streams of income? And so she was running down all the streams of income that she has. And it's, real estate, it is breeding dogs, it is other business ventures that she has, investments. I mean, I want you to expand your mind, okay? And we're going to talk about, that's going to be my second tip tonight. Expand your mind on money and how you create an income, because it is not the way that we were taught in school, okay? It is completely opposite. All right. And so we're going to talk about a stream of income tonight, and that is one of network marketing. When you have a friend that says, hey, I love those shoes. They didn't even ask you where you got them. You're automatically going like, oh yeah, I got them at Ross and they were, on clearance for XYZ, or, oh my gosh, I got them at Target and you can get them here. You're automatically spewing out information. You're sharing where you got your shoes. If you have a friend on Facebook that's like, hey, I need a restaurant for date night tonight because we have an impromptu date night. And you're like, oh, go here, go there. They have the best, filet mignon or crab cakes. You're automatically sharing what you love. That is network marketing. That is networking. When you're asking a question on Facebook or you're looking for something, you're asking it, people are automatically sharing. Oh, go to Sally down the road. She does the best hair. She puts the best highlights in. She will service you. She will talk to you in the chair. She just has great, customer service, whatever. You are sharing. That is network marketing. Okay. And that's the business we're in. Okay. And so when you see companies like Coca-Cola and Nike and all those big name brand companies, they're paying for advertising. Okay. They're paying for people to share the story. They are creating the story. But guess what? We are firsthand consumers sharing our personal story. And that's what network marketing is, really. And so when we think about Young Living and we think about what we have used to help our children sleep, to help them not be as sick as they could be, or get them over their sniffles and their coughs, what has brought you success, those firsthand stories, that is what you're sharing when you're sharing Young Living. Okay. And so I'm going to share my story real quickly with you. And I would love to know your stories. You're all in here. Share your stories of what you fell in love with. What was your connection to Young Living? Because that right there is all you need. Okay. And so when I first began, My daughter, my youngest daughter was a baby. She was, I know she was 6 months, around 6 months. Um, and had a lot of respiratory issues. She wasn't sleeping well. It first started with sleep, and that's where my friend gave me her lavender, and I had used oils since I was like 16. I loved oils. I loved homeopathy. I was just fascinated with the natural world. I grew up in a development in a little country town. I actually started out on a exotic animal farm, Christmas tree farm. For those of you maybe that don't know me as well, my parents ran my aunt and uncle's Christmas tree farm. I had the run of the place, and then we moved to a little, development. And I had a little garden in the backyard. That's all. But there was something in me, and there's something in you as well that is questioning, asking, searching, seeking. And I don't know, I just fell in love with health food stores and homeopathy books and aromatherapy. And I wanted to learn more. I had this little box of oils, and I still have it. It's up in my attic because it keeps a connection to me. Like it connects me to who I was and where I'm going. And so I always loved it. And I always used oils. Just here and there, I dabbled. But when my youngest daughter was a baby and she wasn't sleeping well, and I was like, why isn't she like the others? We questioned those things. A friend of mine gave me her Young Living lavender, and I was like, what is this? I need more of this. I need more information because it worked. It smelled different. I was on the hunt. And I got my first kit. It was my first kit because I've had several after that because you can order more than one kit. Um, and and I just fell in love. I had these tools at my fingertips, and I was diving in. I had the little pamphlet that came with my kit that told you how to use each oil, and I had it posted on my refrigerator. And when anything came up with my other children, I instantly went to that little pamphlet and my reference guide, which I have next to my chair in the living room because I use it all the time. I went to that and I used it. And in that same month I got my kit, guess what? I had my first class because I was like, this is what I have been searching for since I was 16. Where has this information been? Where has this knowledge been? This is what I have been seeking. I wanted to find answers to real root issues in my body. And so I just had my first class. Our amazing diamond leader, Melissa, was like, are you sure you don't want me to come and help you teach a class? I was like, nope, I got this. Totally got it. I think I verbally vomited on everyone in the class. I had stacks of paper and I did it all wrong, but I did it all right. Did you hear that? I did it all wrong, but I did it all right. I did it in my way. You're going to do this in your way. Okay. And so as you're all joining, a lot of you are brand new into oils. Some of you have been sharing oils. You've been using oils, but you want to know more. There is no secret sauce. And Sarah and I are going to share that tonight. Sarah Paul is in here, and she is an amazing educator on our team. And her and I, we both have done this all wrong, all right. There is no secret sauce, okay? You share oils the way that you want to share them, right? And as you begin, every one of you has a member number. And if you're not sure where to find that, I'm going to share this with you tonight. But if you're like, what the heck did you just say? Message Sarah or I, and we can help you. Your member number is in your virtual office. It's your referral link. My sister-in-law has a membership with Misfits Market, the organic produce company. She shares that with her friends. We all have referral links. I think there's one to Aldi where you can get, discounted groceries. Like every business has a referral link where you can get a kickback and your friends can get a discount. That's the same thing, okay? Your friends, when you share your member number with them, your referral link, as I like to call it, they're getting their oils at a huge discount. It's over 40% off. Then you also get a referral or like a check from Young Living saying, thank you for sharing oils with your friends. Okay, that's simply what it is. So you can share a little or you can share a lot. I dove right in because when I started sharing, my babies were all little, but I was an educator, I was a teacher, and I knew that I would have to go back into teaching because my husband and I decided I would take 5 years off and raise our babies until they were all in public school. But guess what? Things changed, didn't they? And now I'm saying, no, I want to be home. I want to be homesteading. I want to be growing our own food. I want to be the homemaker of our home, and I want to be raising our children. And so we worked towards that because I saw the income potential of Young Living. And I don't know, Sarah, can you post that? Awesome. Because I didn't have that pre-planned. But I saw the income potential and I said, wow, babe, if we could get to silver, that would mean that I wouldn't have to go back to teaching. We would have an income. I would be doing what I love doing and sharing wellness and health and raising our babies and homesteading. And it all just kind of flowed together. So I want you to think about, what do you love doing? Look at your future ahead, okay? There is opportunity. Brooke and I were just listening. Our date nights are super exciting, and we listen to business podcasts, and we manifest and we dream. Super exciting, right? But for us, it is because we think about the future and we think about how we want to live our life and what does the next month look like? What does the next 5 months look like? And that for us is exciting. Yes, going out to dinner is cool, maybe not so much anymore. But in these days, we look at our family dynamics, our kids, and where we want to be in the next month or two, right? We were listening to Rich Dad, Poor Dad on YouTube. Oh, I wish I had the link. I'll have to post it in the event and in our business group. And he was sharing how his dad, who had a PhD, was trained to just go to work, get a job, be an employee, where his best friend's dad was an entrepreneur. His best friend's dad taught him how to look at money differently, invest, look at opportunity. And I want you to look at opportunity, okay? So Young Living is your opportunity, okay? What you have right now, you invested in your kit of $165, right? And that kit is right here, your circle. You can look at my hands here. That is your circle. You are influencing your family's health and wellness. And maybe that is all you wanted right now. All you wanted was to change your family's health. But then your friends are going, oh, what does that smell in your house? It smells incredible. How do you keep your kids healthy throughout the winter? What are you doing to stay well through this whole pandemic? And your circle starts to change because you're sharing your member number, your referral link, and you're helping your friends, okay? So your circle starts to get a little bit bigger and you're going, wow, I can help my family, but I can also start paying for some wellness options, you know, Ningxia Red, Super C, getting some thieves and some thieves cleaner in our home for free when you start sharing these options. Because when you have a friend that enrolls with a premium starter kit, they get their premium starter kit for almost 40 to 50% off of retail cost. And you get a $50 check the next month, okay? Which is incredible. If you have 2 friends enroll, you get $100 back, okay? So just by sharing your referral link, they're getting wellness into their homes, and you're helping your family get wellness into their homes, into your home. Okay. And so I am going to leave you because we have so much to share tonight. I gave you a little taste of that, and I'm going to share when Sarah starts, I'll share that link if I can find it, The Rich Dad, Poor Dad. Incredible. I remember my dad reading it when I was in high school. But 2 tips that I want to share with you as you are beginning on this journey, or if you are continuing on this journey, because I see a lot of you that have been doing this for a little while. We all need to stay consistent. There is no secret sauce in this business. Okay? Consistency. Yes, there has been many times where there has been so much joy and excitement. But then there's also been those low points where I'm crying to Brooke, like, why am I doing this? Is anyone listening? Okay. That is business. No matter if you are in network marketing or you have a brick and mortar, right? And I think now more than ever, we have an amazing opportunity in network marketing, right? Because we can be virtual. If you have a brick and mortar shop, we need to be supporting those friends more than ever right now because they are hit so hard during this whole thing, right? And so we need to be just binding together no matter what business we're in. But being able to have this kind of business, we are virtual. We can pivot. We can share all about how we're keeping our families well every single day consistently. Okay. And that's where consistency shows up. So, number 1 tip, consistency. Show up daily. I feel like I've shared this all the time, but if you go to a pizza shop that just started, that just opened up, and you're like, this is the most amazing pizza ever. Like, I have never had pizza like this. And you start sharing with your friends and they start going, but then you notice like, oh, their hours are changing. You go on a Friday night and they're closed and you're like, this is kind of odd. All right. Right. And then you go back next Friday and they're open, and then you go back the next Friday and they're closed. You're like, this is really weird. There is no consistency. You need to be consistent in your business. Okay. So if you start something, follow through. And so I've been doing this for 6 years. It's just consistency, showing up on Facebook, showing up on Instagram, but being real and showing recipes and adding value, not just, hey, the kit's on sale, or, get the kit through me. It is showing up and sharing recipes over and over, tub scrub, hand soap, immune boosting rollers, hormone support, animal line. There are so many ways that you can navigate this business, right? We have makeup, we have fitness, we have cleansing, which we have a whole cleansing class that's coming up January 4th. So, we can dive into that. So many avenues. Show up consistently in what you love to share about. And then the second tip, before I pass this over to Sarah, is plugging into your community, your business community. I know for us, Melissa, our diamond leader, was amazing and still is amazing. That when I was first starting out, having those calls with her. So if you are, if you are a leader and you have a team, plug into your team, call them, have Zoom chats with them, strategize with them. If you need that support, touch base with Sarah or I, or your enroller, whoever you enrolled with, and strategize. Have weekly business calls, but plug into your team. I know Melissa would always share some fun challenges. She would give us podcasts to listen to. She would do fun giveaways. So plug into your team. You need moral support. You cannot do this by yourself. Find a person that you can link arms with and run with them. Okay. Because there will be moments of just like high mountaintop moments, and there will be moments where you just feel like, what am I doing? I need help. Where you want to quit, you want to give up. That's just business in general. If you own a business, or if you've been in business before, you know that that is just how it is. And we need other business minded people. Okay. And so, um, I am going to post that link to the Rich Dad Poor Dad, but I just want to send my love and just, any support I can offer you guys. I would love to be there with you, walk you through this. If you want weekly strategizing coaching calls, I would love to do that for you. But I'm going to pass this on to Sarah now. Sarah Paul is an awesome gold educator in our group, and she's going to share more about the business opportunity and just beginning your journey. So, welcome, Sarah, in your brand new home. I love
Thank
it.
you so much. Thank you, Sarah. I'm so happy to be here, and thank you to all of you who are on. And I have to echo what Sarah Stutzman was saying about Rich Dad Poor Dad. How many of you are familiar with Robert Kiyosaki? Anybody? Okay, I see a couple hands. That was really something that my husband and I, coming from, I'm just going to get real straight off. Hey, Sarah took half of this, so you know that I like to talk a lot, and you know that I like to just say a whole bunch of different things. So I'm going to get real straight from the get-go. Okay, for those of you who do not know me, before I start yelling things and scare you away, I am Sarah Marie Paul, and I am a gold leader in Young Living. I've been doing this business for 3.5 years, and it has been pivotal for my purpose, for my wellness, for my family, for the abundance for my family as well. We're sitting in our dream home right now. That was just a dream, 5 years ago. And it's because of this business. It has really driven our purpose to help others and to live a completely different lifestyle than what I was brought up living. I grew up in poverty. I grew up with a poverty mindset. I grew up with issues surrounding around money in general, and I'm still working to get some of that off of my shoulders and to reprogram some of those beliefs, those belief systems. I see some of you shaking your heads that maybe can kind of know where I'm coming from along those lines. But the point is that you can do it. You totally can do it. When my husband and I got together 10 years ago, we've been together since 2010. We had mounds of credit card debt. We were drowning, both of us, in credit card debt. Literally, we had so much debt in student loans. We had so much credit card debt. I'm talking like tens and tens of thousands of dollars of credit card debt. And we had no idea how to get out of it because no one had really ever taught us about financial literacy. And I remember him pulling out a CD that he had Rich Dad Poor Dad all on CDs, and us taking road trips together and us listening to them together and talking about what was in those CDs. And they changed my mindset. They changed my mindset about money. They helped to change my mindset about money. From there, I moved on to his book, Cash Flow Quadrant, which really taught me the difference between being an entrepreneur, being a business owner, being an employee, being an employer. And we just actually purchased for Christmas the Cash Flow Quadrant for Kids game. So they do have a kids board game, which is just as good for adults as it is for children, because I want to teach my son financial literacy. I want to teach him from, he's 5. And I make sure that I don't use words like expensive around him. I make sure that I watch my vocabulary around him when it comes to money, because I want him to have a different thought process when it comes to it. So Robert Kiyosaki, amazing. I love so many of his resources when it comes to, if you really want to think differently when it comes to money. And I think that Dina was saying that too, that she read it. It was amazing. And she looked at everything differently as well. So that really was the beginning for me to start to be like, oh my gosh, I'm doing things wrong. And that's okay. because at any moment of any day, you can choose to restart your day. And that goes on really big, scary things just as much as it goes on feeling things as well. Yes, on Audible, I definitely recommend that you start with Rich Dad, Poor Dad. Start with the basics, Rich Dad, Poor Dad. That's how I read now through Audible. I also have lots of beautiful homesteading books at the moment that I just love to look at all the pictures and dream. But I love Audible so much. And like Sarah said, when she started in the beginning, it was about mindset, right? So many of us have these preconceived notions that are kind of holding us back. And something brought you here this evening, whether it was not just to waste an hour of your time. I know that for sure, because you are all one thing busy. You are all busy women who are wearing many different hats throughout your day, and you don't have an hour just to burn. I was just sitting with one of my girlfriends. I had she and her two boys over for dinner, and I was sitting with her. I brought my foot detoxers home from my office, and I had my husband and her husband take the boys downstairs, and we just closed them in the basement, and I sat with her for half an hour. And she looked at me and she was like, I don't even know the last time I sat down for half an hour and just sat down. And you could tell she felt so uncomfortable just sitting for half an hour because she's constantly moving. So I know that you are busy, and I want to give you as much, as I can in the next 27 minutes. But to build off of what Sarah said, it just depends on where you are. It depends on where you are, and it depends on where you want to go. And if you don't know where you are right now, you could just be in the midst of chaos and you're unable to kind of see even where you are or where you want to go. But that would kind of be the first step. I remember when I started with Young Living, it was April of 2017. I was a new mom. I was suffering with postpartum anxiety. And I had my little guy who we had, tried for, hoped for, prayed for. We had him, and then he didn't sleep for like ever. And it made me go crazy. I felt like I was absolutely crazy because I wasn't sleeping. I was also severely anxiety ridden, and my little guy was really sick. So I knew where I was I was in a foggy moment that I didn't really see a way out of. And what happened was I had seen Sarah Stutzman. I had saw her posts on Facebook because she was being consistent. Really, that was what brought me to her. She and I had been friends, a whole lifetime ago. We taught together in the Reading School District at my first teaching job, and we were friendly still, but we weren't like friends. We didn't hang out. Okay, we were Facebook friends. And when I was in my dire moment with my son, when he had an allergic reaction to penicillin that put us in the hospital, that made me want something more. It made me want a toolbox. I think, Amber, you were saying in the comments, I love having options. I love feeling like I have a choice. Okay. That is empowering in itself. To any of you, for your own health or for your children's health or your grandbaby's health, or that is extremely empowering to have a choice and to feel like you have something to help to support your family is amazing. Because in that moment, I didn't have that. I felt like I had hit ground, rock bottom when it came to health for myself and for my son. So I went to Sarah on a whim out of desperation, simply because she was consistent. She was always nice to me too. If she had been, like an evil coworker, I wouldn't have gone to her, but she was always very nice. She is who she is completely. And I messaged her and I was like, you're using something on your kids. I see Sawyer. She seems kind of like my son. I don't know, but she has some sort of issues going on. And I think that Cooper has the same thing going on. And can we just talk? And right away, you know what she did? Bless her heart. She made the right decision. And she said, let me just call you. Okay. Had she just kept messaging me, and she would have lost me. Why? It wasn't because I didn't need what she had. And it wasn't because I didn't want what she had. But at that moment in my life, had she not taken the time to say, let me call you, instead of just message me or just, do something very nonchalant over the phone like that, she would have lost me because I was sleep deprived. She would have lost me because I was anxiety ridden. She would have lost me because I was lost myself at that moment. So she took the time genuinely to care for me genuinely. And she made that phone call, and it changed my life. It changed my life. That's why I'm here right now, 3.5 years later. So that's the first thing that I want you to think about when it comes to this business specifically, is you have to be genuine about it. You have to want to help people, and you have to like people. So if you really don't like people and you really don't want to help people, I'm sorry, but this isn't for you. And I'm just going to be honest with you. Seriously. Because people know when you have a different agenda. Okay. Like if you're in this just to make big bucks because you don't feel like doing something else and this looks like fun, or maybe it's easy, people are going to know that. Okay. I'm just going to be real honest about that too. People know. I knew that Sarah cared for me. And we hadn't talked in over 5 years. And she picked up the phone. She called me. She listened to me. She offered to lend me oils. I said, no, just give me whatever it is. I said, does it actually work? One, tell me the truth. And she said, well, yeah, it works. I said, okay, well then give me whatever it is. What do I need? Okay. Second step. She is, to me, she was to me at that point in time, she was the expert. She had maybe been using Young Living oils for what, a year and a half or so at that time, Sarah, probably. So it's not like she knew all the things, right? But she knew more than I did. And that's where all of you have to know, you know more than the person that you're speaking to. You are the expert. You may not feel like it, but you are. You know more than the person that you're speaking to. 9 times out of 10, if someone is coming to you for support, you know more than they do. Okay. And that can just be from your starter kit. You know more about that little kit. And that's all that she talked to me about that day, was what was in that kit. And she only told me about the oils that really meant something to me. And she asked me if I had a diffuser. I didn't. I said, just send me the whole thing. I never smelled an oil. I didn't even know what oils were. I thought when I got my diffuser that I was going to light it on fire. True story. That's where I was. Okay. But she took the time to meet me where I was. Okay. In a way that was loving and supportive and real, authentic. She listened to where I was. Had I been telling her my story about, trying to keep my son well, helping to support his upper respiratory system, and she went into something telling me about how lemon helps to get gook off of the countertop, I would have been like, I don't care if I have gook on the countertop. Like, what is she saying? I don't care about that. I just want my son to breathe better. Right? That's what I was focused on right at that moment. She met me where I was at. And she told me what to get. It's not as though she, footed around it. She told me specifically in that moment, this is what I would do. This is where I started. This is the best deal. And this is what I think is going to work for you. Okay. And that was the moment that changed it for me. So those small things, consistency, like she said, being the number one thing. I think about it all the time. When I go even to a great example of this, okay, if you think of other direct sales companies that are out there. Young Living is different. It's a network marketing company, but I think of other people who are women, female entrepreneurs like myself, who sell something for another company. I think about them. I'm going to use an example of LuLaRoe, because why? I love their jeans. Like, I love them. I love them. Why? Because I can do yoga in their jeans. Like, I kid you not, I love them. And they're not like, they don't show my butt crack when I go to pick up all my kids' toys. They come up, they hold in all the stuff, like my stomach. They always fit really nice. They're a nice mid-rise jean. Never thought I would say that, but I really love them. I love them. Okay. And who do I go to get my jeans? Well, I go to, I always call her the LuLaRoe girl, who is Denise Natalie's in here, but it's her daughter. She is the girl you go to because she knows her stuff. And when I go to her, it's an experience. Okay. Like I've tried to shop and get other things before, but the type of personality that I am, if I come to you and I want to get something from you and you give me a whole bunch of options, or like you give me a link and you say, just go take a look around, I will never buy anything from you ever. I'm telling you, I will never. Why? Because my life is I'm too busy. I am a woman who typically, I'm working on it, but I put myself at the bottom of the priority echelon, right? I'm going to take care of all the things that are burning or yelling or screaming or need my attention first. And I look at me getting those genes for myself as a nicety. Whereas some of your people who maybe you've talked to look at getting oils for themselves as a nicety. Okay. They're not ignoring you. It's nothing personal. People are busy and they have other things going on. And Denise's daughter, Rachel, she knows me so well. I message her. I say, hey, I just went through my closet. I am getting rid of all these other jeans that I never wear anyway because they have holes and they just look awful and I don't feel good when I wear them. I need to buy 3 new pairs of jeans. She knows me so well. She says, okay, I know your size is this. Would you like me to send you some pictures to choose from? Okay. And she does that. She sends me little pictures in a message. I say, I want A, B, and C. She says, great, I'll order them for you and I'll send you an invoice. She just got that sale because of the customer service that she gave me, meaning that she knows who I am. She meets me exactly where I'm at. She knows the way that I best shop or operate. She meets me where I am, and I will go to her 100% of the time, and I will refer her 100% of the time because of the way that she authentically shares what she does consistently. She is the girl to go to. And she does it in a way that is just, it's really like beautiful, attentive, attentive service that is unique to me. So think about those types of experiences. Think about that and provide that for your person. You know, it is not a one size fits all. But when it comes to consistency, I always think of her because she is always sharing consistently, always doing live videos. She is always in her group. She is always wearing the clothing. She is always living the lifestyle. She is truly, she loves what she does. And that's where this, in that aspect, wasn't difficult for me. I love our products. First and foremost, if you are a product of the product, it shows. I can count, you know, so many times where people have said to me, you know, I wanted to come to you because I know you actually use this stuff. I'm like, yeah, of course I use it. And then when I sat back and really thought about it, I'm like, oh, you know what? There are probably people out there who are just selling something, right? And they're really not a product of their product. If you come into my home, you see Thieves soap in my bathroom. If you go into my anywhere in my home, you will see I have cupboards of our food. I have cupboards of our supplements. I have our laundry soap. You go into my shower, you're going to see all Young Living stuff, and it's because I love it. I embody it. So when it comes to helping other people, it's not that difficult for me to talk about it because it's what we use anyway in our home. It's what we use anyway. How many of you enjoy Young Living products? Anybody like something? Mention in the comments now something that you really love, something that you love. I told you about those LuLaRoe jeans. I kid you not, they are the freaking bomb. Tell me what you can be like, yes, this is the bomb. Everybody needs it. Boom. Just put it in the comments right now. Dina says, I love Savvy Minerals. Yes, the makeup is so freaking awesome. Thieves, easy. Denise, I knew you would say that one. Sulfurzyme for skin support. Thieves household cleaner. Lavender, you couldn't pick just one. Ashley, see? The toothpaste, all of it. Thieves is my number one. Ningxia Red, Digize, okay? You guys love this stuff. So it's easy to talk about, okay? Emotional oils, the feelings oils, inner defense. I love inner defense, especially this time of year, right, Melinda? The vanilla mint scrub. Look at you, Tiffany, pulling out with something. I don't even know that I ever tried that. I got to try that. Vitality oil, citrus, everything's. Look at these lists that you have, that you love, that you use. It is that simple, literally that simple. You use it And like Sarah said, you share about it, you talk about it, you use it around other people. Yeah. I didn't think you meant fatalities, but so think about those things. And I'm gonna let you in on a little not so secret, but this is about to get 1,000 times easier for Young Living people to share. Okay, 1,000 times easier, because as of February 1st, just gonna tell you that Young Living is changing the way that people can purchase items at a discount. I'm not going to get deep into this. I'm going to do a whole other little workshop about this in January. Okay. But it is about to get 1,000 times easier to share with people. Because right now, in order to have someone get a 24% discount, you have to do what? Anybody? What do you have to do? What do they have to do? I see you yelling, but I don't know what you're saying. You have to buy a kit, right? A kit? Yes, you have to get a kit. Doesn't matter what it is, you have to get a kit. Okay, that's how you get the discount. You have to get a starter kit. As of February 1st, that is changing. And it's going to be even easier for people to purchase from you. They can either get 100 PV, okay, of anything that they want, okay? They can put one item on a subscription. So that means, like, say that they just love lavender and they just want lavender right at the beginning. And how many of you have had one person come to you and be like, I just want this one oil? Anybody have that? I just want this one oil. And you're like, oh, you're going to pay like, and then you show them the price and they're like, oh my gosh, that's so expensive. Why is it so expensive for a lavender bottle? And you're like, well, it's so much better. And they're like, I don't even care. Like, it's this whole thing that you have to like really go uphill to show the value when they don't really see the value because they just want one oil anyway. But you're like, I want you to get this. Okay. So it's about to get so much easier because then they can subscribe that bottle similar to, does anybody have Amazon out there? I wish I didn't, but I do. Anybody? Yeah. Okay. We all have Amazon Prime. Yeah. Me too. Tell me if you ever find an alternative to that and I will invest in that. That will be my next revenue, my next, one of my 9 revenues, Sarah. But, okay. So they will be able to just get that lavender, put it on a subscription similar to Amazon where they get to pick the frequency. Okay. Whether it's once a month or once every other month or once every 3 months. And right from there, they get their 24% discount. And then they can unlock that and they can shop just like that. Okay. That's happening February 1st. So really, right now, if you are interested in learning more about sharing, this is the time to get in on it because it's about to get 1,000 times. Not that I haven't found it difficult now to build a business, to be honest with you, because like Sarah said, consistency is key. I'm going to give you my other 2 little tidbits of information for this evening, but it is about to get much easier from a standpoint of just having more people join you on this journey and have more people just get an oil or 2 and fall in love on the way with you supporting them where they're at, right? Because how many of you, I don't know, like if that one person wants one oil and then you're like, well, you just want lavender, okay, but you should really buy this kit that has 12 oils and a diffuser and it's only $165 and you should get this because it's the best and it's what I got. And they're like, crap, I am not messaging that girl back. I am not calling her back. I don't even know. Like I just wanted a lavender oil. Like I just wanted to support her business. It is about to get that easy right there, like way easier. And I'm super pumped for this. So this is the time. Okay. So what I'm going to tell you is consistency is key, which means that you have to show your face. You have to show your face no matter how you are building. In the beginning, I built my business face to face, belly to belly. Right now, that may not be a reality for most of us, and that's okay because you can show your face on social media. And I'm going to just go there because that's how I'm choosing to build my business right now. And it has been great. Since March, when things started closing, I have had growth, fist over fist growth in my business since March. And I have had minimum face-to-face encounters with people. I've been doing Zoom calls. Sarah and I started these Zoom calls every single Monday evening so that you know that we will be consistent with these. We will bring you education. And then I also just do phone calls with people, or I do messaging with people, or I do Zoom calls. I do FaceTimes with people. I do things like that, but I share mostly in my stories on Instagram and also on Facebook. And I get a lot of interaction from there. It may be how I met some of you that are in here tonight, because I like to share about what's happening. And this is my lifestyle. This is my authentic lifestyle. It is not just oils all the time. Today, I shared about how I had a really crazy allergic reaction this morning, and I went to my doctor and I got a homeopathic supplement. And then I wanted to know if you were more interested in homeopathy, because it's very interesting to me. And I was so thankful that I thought to pull my little, you know, homeopathic supplements, just like I can my oils, right? I had that little tool to pull, which is completely natural, right at my fingertips. So I share all about the things that bring me joy. Sarah was the one who taught me about that. And I remember being angry at her at the time in my business because I was stuck and I was looking for her to tell me like something good. Okay. I was like, just tell me, like, here I am. I've been here for a while. Like, I need to get over this hump, and this is what I need. And she's like, you got to do like something that brings you joy. And I'm like, oh my God, this sounds like bullshit. Like, I'm sorry, but it did. I was like, this is ridiculous. Joy? I don't need joy. Like, that's the last thing that I need. And really, she probably was like really tuned into where I was, because I needed joy, because what I was doing was clearly not bringing me joy. And I'm guessing that people were noticing that too. And when it finally sunk in, I did some healing that I had to do personally. And I was like, joy, you know what? I'm going to stop doing things for other people when it comes to this business, because the beauty of this business is you can do it however you please, however you please. Okay. It doesn't have to look like the way I do it. It doesn't have to look the way that Sarah does it. It doesn't have to look the way that Denise or anybody else in here does it at all. And you can still do it, and you can do it well. So what I chose to do, I talked to Sarah and I said, you know what, I'm going to start doing these Monday night calls, because I want to meet everybody, and I want them to have access to anyone. And I'm just going to talk about things that I like to talk about. And what do you think about that? And she was like, I think it's great. Like, try it. She said, try it for 90 days, because after 90 days, you'll know if it was successful or not. 90 days went by. We talked about it. And I was like, I want to keep doing this, but I'm kind of like, I'm a little tired. And she's like, how about if I do them with you? I like this idea. Let's do it together. And I said, I love that. And that's where those calls came from, out of sheer joy. It also went back to, I was just talking to my girlfriend who I was sitting with, the one who just left the house with her two boys, who were crying because they couldn't find their airplanes that were in my basement, probably still are in my basement somewhere. And you could tell she's just stressed. She has two little boys who are under the age of 5, who are busy. And I was sitting with her doing the foot detox and talking to her, and she's like, so this is like what you do with people? And I'm like, yeah, this is what I do with people. She's like, but this doesn't have anything to do with oils. Like, how does it work for your oils business? And I said, well, I just sit here and we talk, and then oils usually come up, and people ask me questions, and then it just kind of goes from there. And she's like, huh, but this is like your work. And I was like, yes, this is my work. Like, I'm not working now because you just came over to my house for dinner, and I'm just doing this for you as a thank you because you've been really good to my family, but this is my work. Like, this is what I'll be doing tomorrow for work. She's like, well, that's really neat, because it's fun. And you could tell, like, it wasn't quite registering for her. And I said, yeah, exactly. Because I chose to do things that bring me joy in my work, just like in my leisure life. And the moment I made that decision, my energy changed. People could see that and sense that. And the urgency of a sale, or the urgency of a kit sale, or joining my team or joining my organization, it left, because it wasn't about that. It was about, am I having fun, and am I feeling good, and am I making other people feel good? That's my goal. And the moment that happened and I started to do what brought me joy, everything just kind of exploded, honestly. So as BS as it sounds, it's true. It's true. And if you feel stuck, and maybe you're at a point, because at that point when she was talking to me, I didn't even know what brought me joy. I'm like, oh, it must be nice, Sarah. You know what brings you joy. How cute. That's cute. And now I'm like, no freaking way. If you don't know, then just sit tonight and start thinking about what brings you joy. Okay. And do more of that and be consistent with that. And I think you're going to see some things change in your energy. And the second thing I'm going to share with you is just start. Just start. What is the best thing that could happen? Okay. And if you're automatically going to what is the worst thing that could happen, that's a whole other thing with the law of attraction that you just don't want to think that way. I'm just going to tell you now, start saying what is the best thing that could happen. Reframe that one thought, and just think it's better done over perfect. It's better done over perfect. If I can just get this done, if I can get this out here, if I can just 1, 2, 3, try it. Try it. If you just start and not focus on being perfect and not focus on looking like whatever influencer that's out there on Instagram or whatever, I'm doing or whatever Sarah's doing, whatever the person that you're comparing yourself to. Sarah always says to put your blinders on and just go, right? And if you're really following what brings you joy, if you're really doing that, it's not going to matter what this influencer over here is doing or what that influencer over there is doing, because that's not authentic to you anyway. And people are going to see right through that. You're not going to be able to keep that up for long. Okay. My house is not pristine. All right. I don't always do my hair. I do not always wear makeup. I don't always look like I'm ready to go out on the town because I don't really go out on the town, and I don't even care. I'm just like, this is me. And it's either going to be something that that you respect or that you want to be around, or it's not. And that's okay, because then those people aren't my people. And I want the people who are my people to be in this with me. That's another beautiful thing. So consistency is key. What we're doing in our Wellfolk business group for the month of January, we are starting January 1st. We are doing a show your face challenge, and it's going to be fun, and it's going to have some giveaways. It's going to have a lot of personal development along with professional development. It's going to be short and sweet because I don't have time for long things, and I don't think that you do either. So it's going to be like quick, interactive. It's going to give you a challenge to show your face to your people, because the more that you show your face, the more that you are consistent, the more feedback that you are going to see that's going to be positive. That's going to help to just kind of fuel you from a passion standpoint, and also from a motivational standpoint too. So if you would like to join us, we would love for you to join us as well. And what I am going to do is plug in a little Google Doc here in the comments. I will also put that in the event that is on Facebook. You can we'll have the replay that will be available tomorrow as well. So you can feel free to share this at that point. Does anybody have any questions right now before we pop off in just a moment?
I have a question.
Sure.
So in January, you're going to start, do you have that planned, how you're going to do that in January? Like the teaching on all the new things?
So in January, what we are going to do is Sarah and I are going to have it's going to be a business type of a challenge that's going to be in our Wellfolk business group. And that is going to be a day by day by day, just to kind of get you started, and to get those of us who have been doing it just some fresh ideas on sharing as well. And that's what really our focus is going to be. And then from there, we are going to discuss more about how we want to, how we're going to, share more about the additional details as we get them as well, as far as things that are changing. But we will definitely be sharing about that most likely in our business group and also in our education groups as well, because there are some important changes that are coming, but right now it's just the website, and it's not all of the other details that are going to be coming forward until February is when the ETA is for those. But we will definitely do some videos about that, do some postings about that too. All right. Anybody else? Okie doke. Then please take a moment to fill out the Google Doc just to give us some feedback. Let us know how we can best support you. If you would like to do weekly calls, if you have any other questions for us, please put them in the document as well. And we will follow back with you one-on-one so that we can just help to best meet your needs. And we hope that you have a wonderful evening. Anything else, Sarah?
Yeah, thank you. I just love listening to you. Thank you so much for your wisdom. And our next Monday night call is January 4th, right? And that is going to be our Q&A, all the question and answer for our cleanse. I don't know about you guys, but feeling a little heavy. Heavy from all the sweets and all the yummy indulgences, and so ready for a restart. And so we're going to be restarting our businesses, restarting our bodies physically and emotionally January 4th with our 5-day nutritive cleanse. So that will be our next Monday night call. And yeah. So thanks for everyone joining us tonight and taking time out of your evening to learn more about ways to help others and empower your family and your community. Thank you so much, Sarah.
Yeah, thank you, Sarah. Have a good night, everyone.
Good night.